Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're doing Painted Poppies again, and we're using this lovely splatter. I do love using this splatter. As I've said to you before, I miss Gorgeous Grunge hugely, but this splatter is absolutely lovely. So we're going to create a rainbow card with this splatter. So what we need is a card base which is 5 inches, so 5 inches by 10 inches scored in half, so you've got a 5 by 5. Then take it around again, 5 1/4, so 5 1/4 by 10 1/2. The mat I've done in black because I wanted it to stand out. The mat is 5 by 5. And then the white cardstock piece that we're working with is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Now again, whatever your cardstock is that you want to work with, just literally do your mats and things in 1/4 of an inch increments, and then it'll work absolutely fine. So we're going to take this out. Now I will show you all of the colours to start off with, so you can then, if you want to sort of follow along, you will know the colours you've got. So what's the easiest way of doing this? We're using Highland Heather, we're using Gorgeous Grape, we're using Bermuda Bay, we're using Pacific Point, we're using Garden Green, we're using Granny Apple Green, we're using Crushed Curry, we're using Calypso Coral, and we're using Melon Mambo. Okay, so if you want to freeze the screen and look at all of those are the colours that we're going to use. I will show you, one at a time as we're working it through. Okay, so let me just put these down out of the way a little bit so we can work with them. And I'm putting them the reverse order because I'm going to start with the Melon Mambo. But you should be able to see as I'm going through. So if you wanted to screenshot that first piece, you'll know exactly the colours I use. Again, it's entirely up to you. Use the colours you've got. Use the colours you want. So let's take this cardstock. And we are going to take this, as I say, the lovely splatter. So it's the larger splatter, and you will need a scrub or a simply chamois or something like that to clean off in between. Now it will actually fit quite nicely on, this is a C block. You could take it up to a G block if you wanted to, but it will fit on a C block, and I'm quite comfortable sort of working on that side. Okay, so we need to start with the Melon Mambo. And again, it's quite a sort of organic card. It will develop, there's no real sort of right or wrong to it, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my cardstock down just in here, although I probably won't be able to do it that far on there, just so that it's straight, not that you need to have it. So the first one we're just going to put up at the top like this and press it down. Okay, and that's perfect. Don't want any more than that. Then I'm going to take I'm using my Simply Chamois, and I've cut mine in half. This is the first one I ever had, so I've cut it in half, so I've got 2 pieces, and I have actually bought a new one, but I actually like working with it cut in half. It seems to, it's easier to handle. As it says me putting it back in here. I don't know quite what I'm doing today. I don't think my brain's in gear. Okay, what I wanted to do was to just close that ink pad, so it doesn't really matter where it is on here. because it's a splatter. Okay, so that was our Melon Mambo. I shall have to put one side and one the other because they're going to stack up quite high. So the next one is Calypso Coral. And again, and I'm turning it round a little bit because it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect on there, but you want it to overlap just a little bit. And so that's going to be our Calypso Coral. And again, just take your, whatever you want to clean it off with, just give it a wipe in between. And then we're going to take the crushed curry. I think that one up. And then I want to take it sort of from the centerpiece. So I'm doing it so it just comes in on the side. Clean that one off. And you can sort of change the position of it if you want to. I just keep sort of taking it off. So, right, now we're going to use the Granny Apple Green. Down in on there. And the nice thing is, by using a variety of colours so it comes out like a rainbow, it really makes it look nice and bright and vibrant. And I'm always going on about bright, vibrant cards at this time of year. I do find that in the UK we've had the most horrible weather recently. We've had 2 storms running one after the other, and it's just not very nice out there. So to do something that's a bit cheery, and again, if you are doing cards for posting, this is a really easy 1-layer card. Now you can see my garden green probably needs re-inking, but again, it doesn't really matter. To have different tones on it makes it look really rather pretty. So let's go on to this is Pacific Point. And we'll take it round, and I'm making sure that it comes right to the outside, and the outside pieces have the most colour on, as it were. So I shall explain that better with the Bermuda Bay, which is the next colour. So just ink it up, and then I'm taking it so that it comes to this edge piece first, rather than working it from the center, because I want the colour to come as far to the edge as possible, but not completely fill it in, which is why this splatter's lovely. Now, you could use a Stamparatus if you want to, but because it's sort of a random splatter, it really doesn't matter hugely. So you don't have to. Oh, I might actually need to take another colour in here, actually. Because again, it depends how far round you go. So let's put this one up in on here. Like that. Oh, it might be all right. I might need one colour in on there. I don't know whether that's going to fit perfectly. And that's, again, experiment with it. Play with your colours and see what you like. So this is the Highland Heather, and this one is going to go in on here, and again out to the edge. And I'll need one more colour in there to just finish it off. So we could do with another sort of purpley colour to take it in with that one. So I'm going to, let's go Blackberry Bliss or Rich Razzleberry. Rich raspberry, blackberry bliss. I think rich raspberry. I think that will work the best. So we'll just put this one in the last one, just in on here. Yes, that works fine. Okay, so now you have all of your colours literally just sort of splattered out like that. And then it's down to you how you want to put your sentiment in on there. Now you can cut out a circle, you can cut out a square, and you can mount your sentiment. As I said, I want to keep this a one-layer card purely because I do quite a lot of postage overseas, and the postage can be very expensive the more layers you have. It doubles, which is one of those things if you're wanting to send, as I say, cards out abroad. So I've got 2 different series of sentiments, and we'll have to see which one we want. So with a great big wish for happiness, that might go nicely in the centre. Or I can use it. So the sending you thoughts, this is the celebration set, or there's the peaceful moments. These are the moments we'll look back and enjoy. I want sort of a roundy one. So I think I will do with a great big wish for happiness, because that could work for anything, couldn't it? With a great big wish for happiness. Okay, so let's put this on here. Now you can line these up with your grid paper, you can put the stickers on. You'll see me always putting it up this way because my lights are exceptionally bright, and when I put it up this way I can actually see where I'm going and see if that is straight for me. So it's sort of each to their own. And I'm going to put it on with a good black ink because I want the black to stand out with the colours. And I'm going to, as I quite often do, just take a little scrap and try it out on the scrap first so I can see. Yes, that's going to work perfectly. So let's ink it up again. And then we can line this up like this. And we can then put this one in the centre like that. With a great big wish for happiness. Oh, I like that. Very simple, very easy to achieve, but what a lovely, bright, cheery card to send to somebody. So let's just put that out of the way. So now we want our, have I got this underneath these? Yes, I have. So now we want our mat. So if you remember, this was 4 3/4 square. The mat is 5 inches square. And I think on black it just makes it pop. And then the base is 5 1/4 by 10 1/2. I'm not going to stick it all on for you because you don't need to see that. But as a lovely one layer card, I think that looks really nice. It's bright, it's cheery, you know, with a great big wish for happiness. It'll go for absolutely everything. So thank you so much for watching me. Do look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.